how's it going? I hope you're doing just as good as I'm doing today, because I'm doing something different, I think one of the best things for your career and your health, not just your lifting as I normally do, is that people slack on their rest days, and I think it is really important that people at least get moving in a physical way, even if it's very minimal, because that kind of stuff, it leads to really good improvements in your daily health along the way in your long term. I think it's kind of like how people say, oh, don't eat eggs if you have high cholesterol, because it just maybe might help, and so I think cardio is kind of similar in that way, where nobody wants to do it, but there's at least ways where you can get around it. I started eating broccoli instead of eggs because now I can eat a vegetable in my daily meals, and I used to eat none. So I don't know. This is going to be a little bit different because I'm not used to making rest day videos, but we'll have fun with it. Physically, again, it's hard to tell because I'm so used to banking my physical wellness on my lifts when I go to the gym, and I haven't played tennis since high school. So we can sit it at a nice 7.75 because I haven't. This is the first time. I don't really know what the threshold is going to be for, like, if I come in the next time I do this and I feel like garbage, but whatever, still a good score. I feel great. I don't feel like I exerted myself a ton, which is the point. Cardio is not supposed to be this thing that you die on and it fatigues you like your normal workouts would. It's just meant to be like something to do in your rest day to improve your heart function and your blood circulation. Mentally, just plop that thing at an 8. Pretty real. I feel great. It's hard to have a goal with this other than to just maintain good health and have fun with it, which is a great goal to have. But I typically already do that. So with weightlifting, I got my program all written out. And so I guess I'm going to just start seeing today as a kind of part of my weightlifting program. Just on the rest days, we'll have some tennis cardio. But more than that, I think along the way, I will naturally start getting better at tennis again, because I played competitively a lot in my childhood. And I feel like every time I come in, I'm going to be like, oh, well, my serves weren't hitting where I wanted them to, or oh, my volleying was shit, because it was today. I do not remember how to volley, and every time I tried to do the backhand, my hand would just flimsily fall out of the way of the ball, and I was like, what the hell was that? I was questioning my own strength for a little bit. But like Olympic weightlifting, tennis is not just a strength sport. It's mostly technique and a lot of just stamina and mobility in your swings. It's weird saying swings instead of lifts. But anyway, what I want to talk about is how people are so consistent in their stagnant mindset about how cardio is a super horrible, awful thing, because it is always dumbed down to just the single action of running. When you say cardio, it's like how when people say, oh, I gotta work my abs, people are just like, oh god, that one thing I absolutely hate doing when I'm at the gym. It's when I hit abs, I'm an Olympic lifter, so I might be doing some good mornings, that's not abs, but I'm just my core in general, my trunk, low back and abs. I train those in Olympic ways, not just ab ways. So when I tell people I train my core, they look at me like I'm crazy, because it's normally what people hate doing the most. So similarly, you say cardio, people think running, and they get scared and don't want to do that because nobody runs, at least not consistently. It's a very, very small percentage of people that actually run consistently. And, in my personal opinion, I think that, if you lift so much and you get to a point where you're doing as much physical exercise as I do, running can be pretty detrimental to your knees long term. Not that running isn't great for your health, but you'd better off be doing sprints or something small, like speed walking even, as silly as that may seem, because the vertical weight that running puts on your knees, especially when you're I'm 200 plus pounds, so you got 200 plus pounds pounding on your knees every time you land on the floor. And so tennis is a way for me to get my cardio in and have fun with it, while also not putting it too much. I know there's always going to be a stress on my knees, but not the same way that just strictly running in a single pathway does. I can give myself little breaks. I can do different types of hits to let my body cool down, stuff like that. So I think it's really important that you realize that cardio isn't just a running type thing where you're supposed to go feel like shit for 30 minutes and then be like, oh, I guess I'll be happy in 30 years. It's like, no. That sucks. That's a horrible mindset. Like everything that I say you do in your programming, you need to have a desire and a want to do the thing that you were trying to do to better yourself. So I didn't just do tennis for the sake of cardio. I was like, okay, I want to implement cardio, but I hate running. So I'm not going to make my life feel like shit by running, even if it's supposed to be better for me. And that may seem a bit egotistical or ignorant. But again, I think that everything that you choose to do physically needs to come from a desire of your own needs, and just something that might make you enjoy your life a little bit more in the daily life. I'm always saying, don't bank on the future. So I'm not doing this to be like, oh, in 30 years I might be better. I think this is such an important step in my health, as healthy as I may be already, to where I know a lot of people can relate to this. But on your rest days, you'll be sitting there and you're like, oh, well, it's a planned rest day, so I'm allowed to do nothing and eat like shit. But now, like, more times than not, no matter how much effort you put in the gym, when you go home and you sit in bed all day on that rest day, you're going to feel like garbage. You're going to feel worse than you did working out. Because, when the human brain just sits in place for too long and when the body doesn't get activated, and you're just sitting there letting yourself rot away for 24 hours. Sure, when it comes to lifting, you need that little break. Your muscles cannot go 7 days a week, especially the older you get, and then consistently maintain itself. Your muscles grow too fast for your joints and bones to handle. Which that's also a fun thing to think about, because it's not that you're getting weaker in your muscles, it's just the fact that your body can't keep up with them. So anyway, now on my rest days, I can go out and feel great. That the little bit of joy I get from the gym, that passion that keeps driving me to do better in all forms of my daily life, I can get this in different ways. It's not just weightlifting. If you got a passion that you love doing every single day and you're working for it all the time, you're not going to be able to keep it up 24/7. You're going to end up having to take a break. Not just weightlifting, but everything. Anything that you may be passionate in. So, when you got to temper yourself and do something a little different, try something new. Like even me, it doesn't have to just be solely physical. It's nice if it is for your body's sake, because cardio will just make you live a little bit longer, or at least help your body maintain itself in general, just a little bit better than it was already before. But something else I want to do, I used to do art a lot growing up. I won a lot of competitions, and I think, like I've been playing tennis today, those innate skills and all the things that I learned along the way are still there. That muscle memory connection isn't just in your muscles, it's every little hobby or talent you think you may have. So I'm gonna try to go do some art at some point, and I'm getting a little tangenty, but it's not about just being physically healthy. It's about the passion and the drive that it gives you on top of that makes you want to keep going. As much as I love Olympic weightlifting, and as high of an importance it is on my life because of how much I love it, it is an accessory for my passion. I don't just do Olympic lifts because that's how important Olympic lifts in my life are. I do Olympic, the main priority in my life is my personal happiness and passion, So I guess just to get to an end of this, because I'm going off a little hard, don't treat your rest days or your cardio days as the end of the world, Everybody starts the gym thinking squats are the worst thing, and then when you get used to it and you find something, or you get a little bit of consistency, you find that passion in it. You get a little more fun. So, maybe not tennis, but if you like basketball, football, hockey, speed walking, like I said. I used to skateboard. Skateboard uses your legs. Just anything that gets you moving. It doesn't have to be the hard, you don't got to be a Usain Bolt sprinter for a day. Just go do something that's not going to mess you up fatigue-wise. Just do something that you're literally supposed to be more minimal on your rest days. You're not trying to hit the maximal amount of effort that you're able to put in. And so I'm still trying my hardest, but I'm not trying to put my muscles on the line or my body on the line in the meantime. So yeah, I could have been going hard as I can, trying to set records on how fast I'm hitting the ball or how hard or my form, whatever. But I just took my time. If I missed the ball, whatever, just, take the 30-second walk to go get that ball, enjoy the little rest. Don't take it too seriously. Just have fun, Enjoy it first. And I promise you, when you are consistent with these things, they will become passion every time. So now, you guys get a rest day video, I guess. I know I didn't post yesterday, but I've said it before. I'm out of town right now, so I didn't expect to get anything done. And I'm going to play tennis today. I'll be back lifting tomorrow. And seriously, it is so important. There are so many thousands of options that you have not tried yet that might make your rest day a little bit more productive, And I promise you, sitting in bed 24 hours before your next lifting day is not going to make you better. You'll recover, but you're going to be all stiff, and your joints are going to be a little fucked up. And that little bit of cardio may have made those lifts a little bit better that day. So take it with a grain of salt, as you will. I'm pretty sure we got burgers tonight. That's got me excited. Oh man, I love me some greasy ass meat. Not in a weird way, but don't take that out of context. But anyway, take it with a grain of salt. Enjoy yourself. Do you. Just enjoy life a little more. Stop thinking so hard about it. There's not much stress that's supposed to be involved with these kind of decisions. You just pick something that you think you'd have a really good time doing, and just make yourself stay disciplined and consistent to it. Try to work on something new a little bit every day with that thing. Like I said before, maybe I'll try some more volleys next time. But I put in my effort for today. So that burger is going to taste twice as good. And when I hit my lifts tomorrow, my joints are going to be real happy with me. So, I don't know. Hey, enjoy yourself. That's all I got. See ya.